What's going on, fam? It's been a minute. Y'all haven't heard from me all week. I've been busy all week, but I said, you know what? I ain't doing nothing today. I went to service. Let me tell y'all something, man. First, before I even begin this review, I'm trying to tell y'all right now, for those who are standing on the things of the Most High, I'm not talking about freaking religion, because that's one of the biggest problems that our nation, that the world has. They are confusing biblical-based Christianity with religion. If y'all are not seeing what's really going on before your eyes, heaven help you. I have not even wasted my time watching the Olympics, but listen, they've been mocking the things of God like crazy. I just went to go see the latest Deadpool Wolverine movie. It was a good movie, but they was mocking the things of Christ again. This nation, for a people who profess that the Most High is fake, they sure do love to make fun of the things of God. They sure do. That is a work of darkness. That is a work of the enemy. And speaking of a work of the enemy, for everybody, I know whoever been living under a rock, you've seen the satanic footage of the young lady this is about 3 hours from me, because I'm in Chicago. Springfield, Illinois. Sonia Massey, that was the young lady's name. Gunned down by 5-0 because she called 5-0 because she thought somebody was trying to break into her house. And white supremacist race soldier went in there and blasted her. And the one line that so many people are taking away is what she said. I rebuke you in the name, and she said it twice. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And the demon spirit that was controlling him went to work. Ladies and gentlemen, how many times I tell y'all all today, we are living under a global system that's known as white supremacy. And these satanic race soldiers that are being led by Satan are doing what they're supposed to do. This is why you better be completely on code and knowing who you are. Because this foolishness that we keep seeing on a regular basis, like I said, the mockery of the things of God, people getting popped in their house just because people out here doing all this demonic crap that ain't got nothing to... What? First of all, that demonic stuff they was out there doing at the Olympics, what did that have to do with the Olympics? You got a bunch of drag queens up here sitting as if they sitting at the Last Supper like Jesus and the disciples. Then you had some robot on a pale horse, like from the book of Revelations. Then you had somebody walking around dressed up as like death. What the clown does that have to do with the Olympics? Ladies and gentlemen, I say this every day. We are living under a fallen society. And I'm telling you, the only answer is to return to the Most High. Every day you got breath in your body. You got an opportunity to call on him. You don't have to be at church going down to an altar call. You can call on him. If you're watching it, ladies and gentlemen, I'm using this as a personal altar call myself. If you have never received the Most High in your life, if you have never received Christ into your life, this is the proper opportunity right now to call out to him right now and ask him to come into your heart. I am not talking about no freaking religion, so get that out of your mind. The time is now, because you never know when it's your time to go. And when you get up out of here, you better be ready. You better know that you know that you know that you know. Because a lot of people, they play this game, they play it as if nothing exists after you die. No, that's a lie from the pit of hell. That is a lie. But this is the rest of the video. I just wanted to let cats know, because I'm telling you, there is going to come a time where people who are professing to be like me, professing to be a faith, are going, and I'm not talking about any old kind of faith. I'm talking about true biblical-based Christian. We're going to have to give a stand. This whole playing the fence game, you either with the Most High, you're not. You can't play this game, because what's going on, what you see before your eyes, they're telling you. You're going to have to really pick a side. If you're really rolling with the Most High, you better get on board. If you're not, stay off the side. We can't play. So many of us have been on the fence. We've been in the middle. We've been in the middle way too freaking long. That's why the days are getting darker, because the people who are professing to be a God are not being bold enough. We're not. We're just playing church. That's all we know. We're just playing church. And that ain't helping nobody. That's not getting nobody saved. That's not getting people delivered. That's not getting people where they need to be. It's not. Playing church, Americanized, westernized Christianity has been so polluted. It's been so colonized, as a lot of people always like to say. The game is up. So People want to know. I'm giving my thoughts on everything that's going on that's not dealing with this. So I wanted to put that out there first before I dive into this wrestling stuff, because I got a lot. As you can see, I got a lot of things I got to speak on because I have not said anything all week. I have not said nothing. I haven't said any. I have not did a video about Raw. I have not done a video about Dynamite, Rampage. I don't even watch Ring of Honor, but I got to talk about it because of what took place at the pay-per-view, Smackdown, and Collision. I'm finna go in on everything. I'm finna let y'all know how I'm feeling as we're on our way to Summer Joke and All in the Joke. I'm letting y'all know right now. So cats wondering where I've been busy. I've been handling business, trying to do what I need to do. But I'm finna give a thorough, long, full recap on everything and my thoughts on everything, on how I'm feeling about where we going moving forward. So let's go ahead and talk about Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. Let's talk about it. This guy right here, CM Punk. The only thing that matters about CM Punk, ladies and gentlemen, can he still go? And can he still go? And can he not get hurt? This is one of the major reasons why I have not really fully invested in this. And Drew McIntyre just being a complete numbskull. I want to be fully invested. We know where this is going. We all know with Seth Rollins being involved. Y'all know where this is going. If you listen, for y'all old school heads that been watching WWE way longer than I have, shout out to the homeboy Mel. He been talking about this for a long time. He been trying to tell people what this whole storyline is. This storyline is basically, a lot of people say this was the beginning of the Attitude Era. This what launched the Attitude Era. Before Rock and Austin became who they was, it started with Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker. It was a situation. Bret Hart had the championship. I believe he did. No, I don't know. I think Undertaker had the title. I think he did. And Bret Hart was trying to get it back. Shawn Michaels was the special guest referee. And the situation that happened is where we got the Montreal screw job, everything. It all started. It looked like Michaels was quote unquote on the side of Bret Hart because he was screwing the Undertaker. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what's going to happen with Seth Rollins being the special guest referee. Everybody and their grandma's grandma know what's going to happen. So the story is there. It's just a reproduction of what took place in '97. SummerSlam '97 is being reduced or redone at 2024 SummerSlam. SummerSlam 2024. That's basically what's going on. My hope and I pray that he does not get hurt. All Drew got to do is body slam him one time. One time, because that's what happened at the Royal Rumble early this year. He got body slammed and he tore his pec. It was over. He's clear. Great. Can he keep his body up? That's all I want. I want CM Punk to do well. For you clowns that want to sit up and tell me I'm hating on Punk because he's in the E, no. Listen, he's back where he's supposed to be. Things didn't work out with him in AEW. I really wanted things to do. I just wanted cats to do business. We missed out on some big stuff, especially with the Elite. We missed out on some big stuff. And it's unfortunate we're never going to be able to see it. But while he's still here, we can still see him. He's in the E. That's where he belongs. I want this food to stay healthy. That's all I want. That's it. He can talk all he want. He can run his mouth all he want. Drew can say what he needs to say. Seth Rollins can become the special guest referee. Fantastic. Can CM Punk stay healthy? That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. The best part of Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen, was Damian Priest and Gunther. Best part of the show, the beginning. Normally, WWE likes to have, this is what they'll do. To have a good show, they'll give you, they'll open up the show with a nice storyline, with something that's going to sink you in and then take you along throughout the rest of the show, and then it's going to set you up for the end of the show. Gunther and Damian Priest really didn't have nothing to say because Gunther been running his mouth and been disrespecting the mess out of Damian ever since this whole feud started. So he said, screw this. He beat this fool up so bad that he beat him up into a commercial. And I seen somebody post that on Twitter. I don't know who it was. But when I seen that tweet, that stuff had me on the floor because he literally beat him up into the doggone commercial. They had the security folk out there trying to hold everybody off. There's nothing else to be said, ladies and gentlemen. They both members said what they had to say. You know what's going to happen. Damian Priest is losing. Gunther got this on lock. It's a foregone conclusion. But the beatdown was great. I had no problem with it. I said, this is how you want to open your show. Triple H, he's cooking. He's doing a fantastic job. Great. Then we get to the rest of the show. After that, we started getting this. So, it's official. Now, I thought it was... listen, Triple H be booking as if he going to give us a triple threat. I just assumed, okay, this is Triple H's booking. Triple threat coming. Braun Breaker, Dragunov, Sami Zayn. No, he said, I'll just do Braun Breaker and Dragunov for the 18th millionth time. Whoever wins gets Sami at Summer Joke. And ladies and gentlemen, I've said this before. This is the first time Sami Zayn is actually going to be on the SummerSlam main card. He's only been on the pre-show. He's never been on the SummerSlam main card. Well, he's going to be on the main card for the first time. But congratulations to Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker has this on lock. There's absolutely no reason for Braun Breaker to lose this. He is getting ready to become your new Intercontinental Champion. And I feel so bad for Chad Gable. Because what Chad Gable is doing right now, I could give a less care. And I should. Because he's dealing with the hottest thing in WWE right now. But it's unfortunate because they don't even really matter. And when I get to them, I'll get to them. But Braun Breaker is about to become your next Intercontinental Champion. It's a done deal, ladies and gentlemen. That was that. So Judgment Day Clubhouse, Rhea Ripley talking with the boys, talking with Dominic. Dominic trying to get back into her good graces and all this stuff. And they said, we're going to go out there. We're going to take over. We're going to address the whole thing about Liv. And everything is going to be good. Great. Adam Pearce ran into Drew. And he told him, you got your matchup with CM Punk and all this stuff. And that's great. He just didn't tell him about Seth Rollins. Because that's what's going to happen. Because they said if you lay a finger on each other, both of you are done. We got Lyra and Sonya Deville. So this is a threesome thing. We got Lyra hanging out with Caitlyn Carter and Caitlyn Chance. And then you got Sonya Deville with what you call it? What they at? The other two chicks. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish I could care more about this feud. Because if cats were quote-unquote gunning for the women's tag team championships, you would think this feud would have more steam. It's just basically for them to get their wrestling on. That's basically what it was for. Was it a decent match? Yeah, it was all right. You know, ladies and gentlemen, man, I feel like Triple H has cooled Lyra off. Lyra was hot when she came in the draft. And what they had her doing, it was cool. I was like, okay, I kind of could get behind Lyra. But what they've been doing with her is late, and then she's been losing like a crazy person, and they trying to book Sonya and the two bad girls. I'm like, I don't really know where we're going with this. I'm like, don't you think you would be trying to have them to go after the current women's tag team champions? No, they just busy beefing with each other, and that's basically what happened. So Lyra lost. Sonya Deville gets the victory because they was cheating as usual. But it is what it is. So we get the next installment of the next member of the Wyatt Six. And this time it's Nikki Cross. And all you hear is cryptic noise and her just screaming. And that was it. No explanation, no nothing. It was just Nikki Cross, or almost a hero, just screaming on some psychotic nonsense like she in a horror movie or something. And I'm like, okay. That's what I did. I said, that's it. That's it. So her explanation is just to scream all day. I'm like, okay, if that's what Triple H and them are trying to tell us, I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. You're not trying to take over the women's division. I don't know, you're supposed to put the women's locker room on notice. But obviously that's not what they're doing. They too busy trying to chase off Chad Gable and the two wannabe heel brothers. The Creed brothers. But it is what it is on that. CM Punk is out there. He's rambling, talking about we in Green Bay. He got on pink shoes and this and that. And then Drew comes out. And they're going back and forth, arguing all this crap. And he says he's clear and he can't wait to beat the brakes off from his Summer Joke. And then who comes out of nowhere? The man, Seth Rollins. And he once again had one of the most tightest looking, I'm about to go down to the gay bar outfits on. I don't know. Listen, he be rocking his wife's clothes a little bit way too much. I don't know what the clown he had on. I don't know. But Seth be tripping. Seth be out here tripping with these tight man looking outfits he be wearing. So they was like, what this fool doing out here? And he announces what he's out there for. And he's to let both of these circus clowns know, I'm the special guest referee, whether y'all knew that or not. And both of them was like, what the heck? And so both of them are acting as if they don't know which way he's going to go. Y'all should know which way he's going to go. Everybody and their grandma know which way he's going. He's going to help Drew out. Trying to play it off as Drew is going to get screwed again. No. Drew been losing since WrestleMania. So there ain't no way in the world he getting ready to lose again. Drew got this on lock, and it's going to be because of Seth Rollins. Now the question, I said it at the beginning of the review. Can CM Punk stay freaking healthy? Can he stay healthy? That's all that matters. Can he make it through the match? Can he make it? I don't know. I'm praying he does, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the hold up. Like I said, Drew McIntyre is one of the biggest joke artists in the whole company. This fool, everything that he's dealing with is because of himself. He could still be sitting here as the champion right now if he did not mess with CM Punk at WrestleMania. You beat Seth, get your butt up. Like, shout out to that sister that made that video and called Drew out and said, you could still be champion today, but your silly self screwed yourself messing with CM Punk. Now you the biggest joke artist on the planet. Just a joke. I'm serious. Drew McIntyre is one of the biggest jokes this company has ever made. He's more of a joke than the joke artist himself, R-Truth. And you know R-Truth is a joke himself. We know why R-Truth is a joke. But Drew McIntyre, I told y'all I'm done with Drew. Drew, he's just there. When I see Drew McIntyre, he's just on the show just to be on the show. So I done told y'all how I feel about Drew. He didn't mess himself up. Clowning, being goofy. I'm like, but you're going to get your victory, and it's going to be because of Seth Rollins. Seth got this. Listen, CM Punk is done because CM Punk has to stay healthy. He has to stay healthy. Can he at least make it through the whole match? Can he? So, and Drew started getting into it with Adam Pearce, talking about how come he didn't tell him. He's like, I ain't got to tell you nothing. All it is, Punk is clear. Seth is the special guest referee. You better report to the show or you're done. That's it. So, we got Woods. It was a whole lot of foolishness that happened in the back. You got the Judgment Day basically looking for Jey Uso, and I don't know why. I'm like, why? First of all, you have to ask yourself this. Who lost the tag team championships? Coon, R-Truth, and The Miz. Don't you think they would be the ones trying to get their rematch? No, we going after Yeet Man and Sammy, who is involved with a potential triple threat. It's not going to be a triple threat, but he gets Dragunov and Braun Breaker to deal with. He has no business dealing with Judgment Joe. None whatsoever. So somehow, some way, the match got made. Later on, we're going to have Judgment Day versus Sammy and Jey Uso. I don't know who the clown decided to book that. What the clown was that for? I don't get it. It didn't help nobody out. That match didn't elevate anybody. That match was a complete waste of time. So, Woods and Alpha Academy are in the back. And, it is what it is on that. So, we got Sami Zayn talking about he's looking forward to whoever he has to face. Braun Breaker, Dragunov. He said he can't wait to beat the snot out of Dragunov and all this crap. But as of right now, he has to take his attentions towards Judgment Day and help Jey Uso beat him. This matchup was a waste of time. So, then we got Tozawa, Otis, and Woods versus Final Testament. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't give a rat's behind about this feud at all. This is a waste. H brought these boys back, and they put him with Clock Boy, and I don't care. And Woods has been so freaking irrelevant, it don't make no sense. Him and Kofi ain't on nothing no more. They are just there to be there. They're there to get their buddy biscuits and pay when they show up to Buck Dance and Russell, and it's nothing. It's literally nothing. Like, I don't give a rat's behind about this at all, man. I don't. Final Testament won. Don't mean nothing to me. And they won because of Chad Gable and the Creed brothers. So after they beat the brakes off of them, here come you know who. Here come you know. Was it? Yeah. Yeah. So the Wyatts came out there basically to get rid of them, and Bo Dallas pops in the ring dressed up as Uncle Howdy, and he does. I forgot the move. The move that Bray did, and is it the man? No, it's not the man of the car. I forgot what the move is, but he did the move on Chad Gable. So you know there's probably gonna be some kind of dumb man 3-man tag team match, trios match that's gonna happen that summer. Joke, ladies and gentlemen, I really don't give a rat's behind about it, because the man who should be Money in the Bank, he should have the briefcase right now, is Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy should have that briefcase, and he should hold on to it for a very long time and play around. They are here to take over the WWE locker rooms on the Raw side of things. Okay, it should have started at Money in the Joke. That's what you do. You don't have to waste the briefcase like how you did on Drew. I probably would have, and think about it, Chad Gable would have a legitimate, I know this man been chasing him, but he would have a legitimate beef against Uncle Howdy, a.k.a. Bo Dallas. That man screwed him out of winning the briefcase. It makes the most sense. These fools just beefing because he pulled up on them. That's all. It's like nothing. And I want to care. I told y'all, man, I want to care about the Wyatt 6. But H is giving me more and more reasons not to give a rat's behind about him. And I know y'all want me to. I know I want to. Listen. When the sit down with himself, that was fantastic. But I'm like, man, that would have meant so much if my mans would have won the doggone briefcase. I would have been like, all right, great. Now Chad got a reason to beef with him. It makes the most sense. They just beefing, and then you got the goofs, all of them coming out looking extremely silly. I'm like, and the Creed brothers look like they don't know what they doing. I'm like, they trying. It's like, you ladies and gentlemen, you know the game. Pro wrestling one-on-one, regardless if you are playing a heel or a babyface, you have to be comfortable in your element, and you have to make cats believe why you are said face, why you are a said heel. And my Creed brothers, man, I don't know. They just look like they trying their best to be heels, and it's not working. I've been calling for a change for them for a long time. I wanted H did the right thing by pairing them with Chad, but again, Chad is in a place where he shouldn't even be a heel right now. He was forced to turn into a heel because H screwed up at WrestleMania by putting the championship on Sammy when it should have been him. Now you trying this whatever storyline, and it just ain't doing nothing for me. Y'all might be intrigued. Y'all might be loving everything H of them is doing. I just don't give a rat's behind about it because H them basically killed everything. But the Creed brothers are trying so hard to get that role, like make it theirs. Chad is a decent heel. He knows how to play heel, and he can't. But I feel like it's forced. Let me tell y'all something. You know when something is forced. You know when you're trying to force something and it ain't working. This man, H, had us believing that this dude was going to get his revenge on Gunther, and he never did. He got screwed by Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn took his spot. It should have been him in that spot. Sami Zayn took his spot. He's the current champion, but he about to lose to the Braun Breaker. Now he dealing with the Wyatt 6. And for what reason? When he should be focusing on Otis and them. That's his beef. But Bray Wyatt and them, Bo Dallas and them, Nikki Cross, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, Dexter Lumis. I'm like, it is what it is, man. I'm like, I should care about this group, but I feel like they falling off by the wayside right now because H really don't know what he's doing with it. He's trying. He got these goofy man tapes. The stuff don't make no sense. But I'm sitting up here like, okay, it is what it is. So, Sister Abigail, good things. All you got to do is just read. So then we get, ladies and gentlemen, man, Three cats that H really don't know what to do. Bronson Reed, Pete Dunne, and Sheamus. I feel like the three of them are directors. You killed Sheamus by changing his music, giving them this lame theme song that just don't even fit him. Big Bronson Reed has been a failure ever since he came back. He ain't done nothing to make me care about him. He hasn't won nothing. He's not there. He's just there to lose all day. And Pete Dunne got turned into a heel unexpectedly because the Tyler Bates show was out. So H just said, let me turn him back heel. And everything is directionless, man. I'm serious. Everything is freaking directionless. I'm watching this crap. I'm like, okay, great. Then they go back to the that clubhouse and all this stuff. They end up playing video games as usual. And they say, we're going to go ahead, we're talking segment. Great. So then we get Rhea Ripley. She comes out. Dom is out. Liv Morgan is out. And Dom, quote unquote, says, I hate you, Liv. I don't want to be with you no more. It's off. I'm with mommy. Mommy is my girl, not you. That was faker than fake. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what's getting ready to happen. Just like I told you with Seth, you know what's about to happen. Liv Morgan's plan, Finn Balor's plan is working. It's like Rita and Lord Zed pulling in Rito. They took look here. I'm talking about for my Power Rangers heads out there. Going into from season 2 going into season 3. It took Rita's dumb brother Rito to pull up and take out the Thunderzords on some goofy stuff. I remember like this yesterday. It was a 4-part episode. Rita, Lord Zed, Goldar, and all the monsters, they were excited because they finally destroyed the Thunderzords. The White Tiger Zord, the Thunder Megazord were gone. I remember watching it was like wires on top of wires and boxes. And the Rangers was looking lost. They was like, wow, we lost. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what's about to happen to Rhea Ripley come Summer Joke. The plan is coming together. Finn Balor and Liv Morgan are getting ready to take over Judgment Joke. And Judgment Joke is going to be Liv, Finn Balor, JD McDonuts, Carlito, which I still don't understand, and Dom. That's going to be your new Judgment Day. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Listen, them two are basically the baby faces in the heel group. Damian Priest is a baby face through and through now, and Rhea Ripley's a face. They're still trying to play the heel role in a heel group, but they're baby faces. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what's about to happen. I'm trying to tell y'all, listen to your man. You know I know what I'm talking about. It's going down. So she fake cried, and the fans didn't know whether to cheer or boo. They was, anytime Dominique talked, they got the doggone button thing on the sound machine to make it seem like the fans just be. They didn't know whether to boo them or cheer them, and the stuff is fake. Liv sitting up there with the fake tears and everything, fake crying. It's a setup. They are working simultaneously together. Think about it. Finn Balor is in on this too. Because Finn Balor is tired of he's jealous of Damian Priest. He's going to be the reason why Gunther wins that championship. Because have you noticed this build up between Gunther and Damian, even though Gunther's been quote unquote cooking him on the mic, Damian Priest has been listen, go and look at every feud Gunther has had. Gunther has always had the upper hand. This situation right here, Gunther can't really do nothing with Damian Priest. He might be able to out-talk him on the mic, sounding like Triple H on some straight white supremacy, but I'm trying to tell you, when it comes to putting in that work, Gunther can't even do nothing. Now, he might be able to quote-unquote out-wrestle him. He might be a better wrestler than Damian Priest, but he cannot manhandle Damian Priest. Watch it. Look, throughout the show, they showed them, basically the two of them had got kicked out because they was too busy beating the brakes off each other. So Damian Priest was gone, Gunther was gone, they was quote unquote expelled from the building. But throughout the whole show, the two was just beating the snot out of each other. And Gunther couldn't really do nothing with Damian Priest. This is a setup. Behind the scenes, Gunther is working simultaneously with Finn Balor because they are going to work together. Finn Balor is going to screw over Damian Priest. That's how we're going to get the beef between those two. He's officially going to get kicked out, and Liv Morgan is taking her rightful seat. Rhea's getting kicked out. It's going to be Liv, Dom, JD McDonuts, Finn Balor and Carlito, and I still don't understand why Carlito's in the group. Don't make a lick of sense. But that's your new Judgment Day. That's going down. I'm trying to tell you. Let's see. So then we get Zelina and Zoe Starks, and because they were cheating earlier, they got the get back. Zelina beat Zoe Starks, and I was like, okay, great. So then Woods talks to Pierce, said he wants to carry him across by himself again, and I'm just sitting up here saying, why should we care? This ain't leading to nothing, so I don't give a dang about it. I don't. Drew, I talked about that again, getting into it with Seth and all this, and he talked about, you better not screw me over. Man, look, he gonna help that man. He gonna help him. So then we get, finally, I've been asking, where the heck are the women's tag team champs? Alba Fire and Istadon are talking about how they will be heading to SmackDown to deal with Bianca and Jade. But I'm sitting up and saying, you got a bunch of girls on Raw who've been basically wrestling for I don't know what reason. Meanwhile, Jade and Bianca ain't really doing nothing. So basically, Bianca and Jade, I guess they got a rematch clause, and I guess they're going to wrestle them next week on SmackDown or whatever. But Shayna Baszler said, no, forget them two over there on SmackDown. You got to deal with us over here, me and Zoe Starks. You got to deal with us. And don't forget about my main girl, Sonya Deville. Shoot, don't look. You got to deal with us three. Again, they showed the video, Gunther and Damian Priest as Summer Joke. Then we get ready for the main event, which was one of the worst decisions Triple H has ever made. Why the clown would you put your champions in jeopardy of losing when neither champion needs to lose? Sammy doesn't need to lose. Jey Uso don't need to be losing. You keep calling the main event Jey, and he ain't really doing nothing. Now, they showed these two pairing up because they're letting you know, they're teasing. Get the gang back together. Ladies and gentlemen, the old bloodline are going to be baby faces going into Survivor Joke. It's going down. They showed them doing the old handshake and all this crazy crap. And I'm like, what was the point of this matchup? Why did Triple H book this stupid matchup when you got Miz and R-Truth who just lost it? They should be quote unquote trying to gun to win the championships back, which is eventually going to be Miz turning on R-Truth. We know where this is going, but you do this where neither clown needs to lose, and then you book Judgment Joke looking like a straight joke. I don't get it. Didn't make no sense. H did this again. I say this all the time. If you are a wrestling promoter, please protect your champions. Protect them. H said, no, these tag team championships don't mean nothing. They're a joke. Judgment Day is a joke. I got to push Jay. I got to push Sammy. Sammy has to look strong going to Summer Joke. But Judgment Day, they're not having a match on the show, so they can look like jokes. I'm like, I don't know the thinking. I don't know what's wrong with Triple H, but that's what he does. Outside of this idiotic decision from H, Raw was decent. It was a good show, but like I said, there was a lot of stupid stuff on the show that didn't make no sense. That's what I be talking about, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of the stupid stuff is what makes the show just good. It's not great like a lot of fools be on here saying. Somebody got to come on here and give you some straight. And I'm here to do that. You don't book no idiotic crap like this, but that's what H decides to do. Oh, and it's going to get worse when I get over here. When I get over here, I'm really going to cook them. But it was uncalled for. This was uncalled for, ladies and gentlemen. Why? I don't know what the heck is wrong with H, but you don't book no stupid stuff like this. You just don't. Speaking of Tony Khan, let's talk about it. Blood and Guts. Decent show. I'm going to be thorough with y'all. The build up for All in the Joke has been very good. He still needs to figure out what he's going to do with the other shows he has. But what he's been doing, I got to give him props. Excuse me, you made a burp. But I'm telling you right now, make sure you keep the momentum going. You bring people back by keeping people interested in whatever the storyline is. You will always have time for fantastic wrestling. Believe me, you're going to get it. This is what this... Listen, when they say with a best wrestler, they not lying about it. That's not even a cap. They really mean that stuff. That's fantastic. That's great. But we want some stories that make sense, that keeps cats interested. I don't want to just watch great wrestling. I could do that like how I did this past weekend. I went down to the wrestling show over here somewhere out there in Wooddale. Storylines carry wrestling. It's not a WWE thing. It's a pro wrestling thing altogether. Storylines and larger than life characters carry pro wrestling. The pay-per-views, yes, you can have great matches on TV. Great. That's what us wrestling heads are here for. We love our pro wrestling, but we want the good stories to go with it. Now, this whole show was being built off of blood and guts. I've seen mixed reviews on it. A lot of people say this is a good matchup. A lot of people really wasn't feeling who was in it, but I'm like, this is Tony Khan's way of quote unquote booking towards All In. You have to keep building week to week stories that matter. You got all the clowns, all the pieces, the cats who beef with one another, going against one another. Great. So we're going to break down everything that happened on the show. And I believe, what was they? Was they in Texas? I don't know where they was coming in from, but they was, crowd was decent. It was a decent crowd. So we opened up the show. I believe they showcased what happened. They showcased, I like what they're doing. They're showcasing this, the to be continued factor. Let cats know what the heck happened, on the previous show, so people can get caught up to pace or whatever. That's what you do. It's the continue. I keep saying this every day. Continuation factor. Tony Khan is learning. He still needs work. Listen, I'm one of the few that keeps Tony Khan in check. Listen, for the people who be sitting up here say I deride Tony Khan, and I know there's a whole bunch of y'all out there, I be trying to tell y'all, I keeps both clowns in check, whether it's H, whether it's Tony Khan. Like I straight told Tony Khan, I told that fool, listen, bro, eliminate matches are retarded. Get that foolishness out. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even going to waste my time with Battle of the Belts. Battle of the Belts is one of the worst decisions Tony Khan ever came up with. That's just another dumb idea from Tony Khan to basically have wrestling matches that have no story. I don't get his mindset on that. TK, everybody is not like majority of pro wrestling fans don't just want to watch wrestling just because of the wrestling match. That's what he think. It's like, bro, you can't stay with that dumb, small-minded mindset. You can't do it. That's why I'm like, he just snuck that in there. Like, hey, I got 3 hours worth of wrestling television for Saturday night. We got Battle of the Belts 11. Ain't nobody watching that crap. When I saw the lineup and who was on it, I'm like, the only matchup that I probably would have went out my way to watch was Willow and Deonna Purrazzo. And listen, that Deonna Purrazzo has been getting wins left and right. But here's the deal. It's a championship that's not under that's the problem with Tony Khan. Tony Khan like to go put titles on people where the championship is not a part of that company. I'm like, CML don't have a TV deal, so why that clown is Willow run around with a CML championship? You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. Willow and Chris really didn't need no championship to deal like that. Their story is bigger than the title. The whole thing was Chris screwing over Willow. Willow wanted to quote unquote be a 2-time Owen Hart Cup winner for the women's side of things and go to Wembley. She got screwed. Why the clown did she go over to CML to win the championship? Don't make no sense at all. But that's Tony Khan's thinking. TK think, aha, I got to get this show and people. No, TK, we don't give a crap about that. We want to focus on the cats that's on the AEW show. You've been doing a solid job with the women. Shout out to Jennifer. Shout out to Jennifer. And shout out to my man, what's his name? RJ, I think that's his name. They have helped Tony Khan a lot with the women because the women has been the hottest thing in AEW. You're doing a great job. But you did not have to put that championship on Willow. I get it. You didn't. You didn't have to do that. Willow and Chris are a story in itself. They was former tag team best friends. Now they beefing. Now there's turmoil because you got a goofy dude named Stokely Hathaway who's sitting up his side with Chris of all reasons. Why? Don't know. He decided to side with her. Chris was mad. She was tired of Willow getting all the praise and accolades and quote unquote winning her championship because she feels she was the best TBS champion. I'm like, there's your beef right there. Willow didn't have to go win the CML championship. She did not have to go win that. That's Tony Khan, dumb man booking. And I don't know who the clown controls CML, but I would have told Tony Khan, ain't no way in the world Willow winning that. There's no need. There is no need. I'm sorry, there's no need. Willow and Chris are bigger than the title right now. But Tony, like, I got to have the match before the pay-per-view. No, you don't. They've been wrestling each other I lost count how many times these girls wrestle each other. They don't need to wrestle each other for a quote-unquote eliminator match. That was retarded. Listen, to me, outside of the match between what's his name? Suzuki and Chris Jericho, that was probably the dumbest and the worst part of Dynamite. Eliminator match. I hate that. That stuff is retarded. It's stupid. You don't need to keep doing the match before. Tony, that's his booking. He think we need to see the match before the pay-per-view. That's retarded booking, ladies and gentlemen. It's stupid. You don't need to do it. You don't. When he had her say that mess, talk about eliminated match, I said no. I pray to God we don't even get that match. I pray it be some kind of disqualification, something where the match, like, I don't need to see it. Do the match at All In where it was supposed to happen, and then she goes over. I don't need a freaking eliminate. I don't need that. That stuff is retarded. Because guess what? Yes, she has a championship. Guess what? I want, quote unquote, to see Willow get protected. She does not need to be getting pinned as a champion in a non-title match. This is the idiotic, stupid booking that Tony Khan continues to find himself in every day. See, you're not going to hear this from a hardcore AEW head that's kissing Tony Khan's butt all day. You need to listen to somebody like me that wants this company to continue to thrive. And I got to give TK props. He got the TV deal. He got the streaming service. We just waiting on the announcement. That's all we waiting on. Kudos to him for doing so. With all the people that were saying AEW is going out of business and all this stuff, TK, I guess he did it his way and things are working perfectly. But you had to keep him in check. You had to call him out when he does dumb things. Eliminator matches is one of the worst creations Tony Khan has ever came up with. If I saw him, I would tell him to his face, TK, could you please cut out eliminator matches? Cut that trash out. I don't need to see the match before the match. If somebody is beefing with somebody and they want their said title, they don't need to wrestle them until they wrestle them for the title. Quit booking these matches before the match. He think he's slick. He ain't slick, ladies and gentlemen. I've been calling this foolishness out for a long time. Tony Khan ain't slick. He think he's slick, but he not slick. So, like I said, they showcased Will Ospreay, MJF, the matchup and everything. So MJF comes out and he brings out the new international champion, but he changes it to the American Championship. Now, there's a lot of people that's upset because they think, quote unquote, they trying to WWE things and all this stuff. I'm like this. That fool is a heel. He gonna do heel things. Tony Khan gonna kiss that man's tail because he love that fool. He love him. That's his cash cow. He love MJF. I'm like this. I didn't really trip about it. I seen everybody. People is mixed reviews on it. I'm like, this is him being him. Don't y'all fools understand? Every time somebody new win a championship, Tony Khan dang near change the title all the time. I don't know if y'all peeped the game. Tony Khan allows, except for the TNT and TBS championship, but when it's concerning the main championship, the international and the main championship, Tony Khan does this all the time. I don't know how cats ain't really peeped the game. But this is MJF we're talking about. Remember Triple B? He changed the World Championship to Triple B. What you think this fool gonna do with the International Championship? He gonna do the same thing. That's why I didn't really trip about it. I seen people upset. They was crying. So he was talking about Will Ospreay ain't the half the man he is. He quote unquote got the match done in less time. Trolling, lying his behind now because it took him a whole hour to get the job done. And he talked about he won fair and square. No, he didn't. So Will Ospreay came out there to confront him and told him, I'm taking over and I'm winning my championship back at All In. So we running it back at All In. Ladies and gentlemen, I think what's going to happen at All In, Ospreay is going to win that championship back, but he's not just going to win it by himself. I think that's where we see the return of Danny Garcia or Daddy Magic called him by some other name. He called him Red something. Red, I don't know what that is, but that's what he said. Everybody knows Daniel Garcia, but you don't know Red something. That's the clown that's coming. This new persona that Danny Garcia is getting ready to. This must have been an independent thing. I don't know what he meant, but that's the cat that's finna show up at All In, and we're gonna get our matchup of him and MJF at All Out. So it sets itself up. Things tie themselves together. So that's great. I didn't have a problem with that. So then you had, let's see. You had everybody talking to Matt and them talk about what they get ready to do in Blood and the Guts. And they're going to beat the snot out of Team AEW and all this. And I'm like, great. Then we get this matchup. We get Jericho and Suzuki. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. For you New Japan heads that love Suzuki, more power to you, man. But I'm really not. Suzuki don't do nothing for me. All he does is just. That's all he do. You know, and Jericho tried his best to make it seem like it was a decent match, but I'm like, and apparently they're gonna run it back at the New Japan show, whatever. And after the matchup, after he beat him, Shibata came out there and single-handedly knocked out Big Bill, the Bad Apple, Brian Keith, and quote unquote broke Chris Jericho's finger. So Shibata, I guess we're gonna do Chris Jericho and Shibata at All In. I guess that's what we're doing. I guess listen, Jericho has gotten me to somewhat care about this, but this matchup I didn't care nothing about it. I didn't care nothing about it. But at least he's trying to make cats care about the FTW Championship. Like, I get what he's trying to do. He's being this obnoxious heel. This clown that won't go away. Fools want him to retire. He's not. He's talking about high guys and all this dumb man stuff. And, you know, it's working, but it's still like, it's like to each his own. If you love it, if you love it. If you don't, it is what it is on that. So, yeah, like I said, backstage, you see Willow was trying to talk about her winning the CML World Women's Championship, and Stokely and Chris just came out of nowhere and beat the snot out of her. And then Stokely said, next week on Dynamite, we're going to do Eliminator. I said, no. What they should have said was, we've been chasing you. We've been beating you down. I don't want no freaking Eliminator match. I want you at freaking All In. That's it. That's it. Boom. We got the match. It's not that hard to book. TK be on this goofy stuff where you gotta do this stupid stuff like this. I was like, Tony, what is this? You were doing good, and then we got like 2 back-to-back crappy segments. I'm like, what are we doing? The beatdown was fantastic. I love that. But then you go and have Stokely say we're gonna do it. I'm like, no. Just do the match at All In and call it a day. No, TK with this stupid stuff. I'm like, no. But you got these hardcore AEW shields that's gonna tell me, man, say you reaching, bro. And I ain't no reaching. This stuff is retarded. Listen, if this foolishness was going on in WWE land, y'all circus clowns would be all up on the E-heads, the E-drones is what y'all call them, and saying this stuff is stupid. But then it's in AEW land, you ready to give Tony Khan a pass. Get the clown up out of here. Y'all circus clowns can miss me. That's why a lot of y'all, that's why I noticed. I'm not accepted in none of the circles. I'm in the IWC, but I'm not on neither page. I'm not on the E-drones page, and I'm not on the AEW, what's it called, the AEW section. I'm not on neither one. I'm just me. I'm Caseyville, King 7 Life Wrestling Takes. I give it to you straight with no chasing. I do my best not to stumble on my words, not to have a brain fog. I try to come on here and articulate as best as I can to tell you the truth on what's going on in these wrestling streets. And I'm straight telling you, eliminator matches are one of the dumbest creations Tony Khan has ever came up with. If TK sees this, I'm telling you now, cut the eliminator match out. You had Stokely sit up there and say, boom. Don't say this. Say, we going to All In. We screwed you. Boom. There it is. And or you could have just had Willow say, look, since they've been gunning for me and all this stuff, I have absolutely no problem putting my new CML World Championship on the line at All In. It does not. It's that simple. Then you could have had her come out of nowhere, beat the brakes off of. Then you have Stokely say that. No. You could have had Chris wrestle somebody else. You didn't need this. And guess what? Because Willow got beat down this week, whoever Chris is going against, I don't know. Have Willow come out and help cause a distraction and help the young lady win. You already got the match set up. This is wrestling booking 1-on-1. This ain't hard at all. Like I said, Tony has been doing a great job with the women. There's multiple women feuds going on. Multiple. But you not this no. Terrible. Bryan Danielson cut a promo, said he will be in the house next week, and he will be cutting a promo and letting Swerve know what's to come at All In. Great. And he talked with Jeff Jarrett, and he said he was glad that Jeff Jarrett was there to help him along the way, but he can't wait to quote-unquote defeat Swerve Strickland at All In. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I tell y'all all the time, Bryan Danielson is one of my favorite wrestlers on the planet. Why? This young man was taught by none other than the best wrestler in the freaking world, even though my man is tripping right now, Shawn freaking Michaels. I don't give a damn what nobody has to say. Michaels is the guy. Why you think everybody and their grandma just want to do sweet chin music all day? Michaels got kids everywhere, regardless of they're male or female. Michaels got kids all over, regardless of what promotion. If it's TNA, New Japan, the independent scene, WWE, AEW, Michaels got kids all over the place. Bryan Danielson is a pupil of Shawn Michaels. One of the best in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, at All In, I am freaking torn. I don't know if I want Swerve to retain or Bryan to win. I'm torn. I'm genuinely torn. I'm going in this matchup. Anything goes. Anything. Does Swerve, quote unquote, go back to heel status? Does it stay babyface? Because as of right now, this is two tweeners literally going at it. Because Bryan can play both roles, ladies and gentlemen. Bryan is good as a heel or a face, and same thing with Swerve. A lot of more people like Swerve as a heel, but he's been doing good as a babyface. So this matchup is a tweener versus tweener. We don't know who's going to work heel. We don't know. I have no clue. But I'm looking forward to it because either one of these cats could win. And I would not be upset if Bryan finally gets his just due. Now, there's a lot of people that's basically saying it's a foregone conclusion because of what happened on Rampage. No, it ain't. All three of these men are from Seattle, and they all got beef. So it can go either way. It can go either way. I'm serious. I'm torn. I don't know which way I'm going in All In. We still got a couple weeks. I don't know. But promo was great. And he's coming. He said, I'm coming for that fool. I'm coming for Swerve. I'm not playing with Swerve, man. Listen, and Swerve saw it. He seen the tape. And he responded immediately. He said, I see you. I see you. Great. Then we get this matchup. Now, Sheeta didn't turn heel out of nowhere. I guess Sheeta been working heel on Ring of Honor. Now, listen, I'm not saying this is true. This is just what I'm hearing. Tony Khan may have found, listen, with the new deal, he finally found a way to potentially get Ring of Honor on TV. He is thinking about putting Ring of Honor on True TV, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what day of the week, but if that is so, maybe I might tune in to Ring of Honor every week. And from what I'm told, Big Show is going to be taking over. So we can probably have more storylines that make sense, and you can have, like I say, Ring of Honor was supposed to be AEW's version of NXT. This is the developmental area. This is where cats who are still kind of green, still, trying to find a fitting, and then they get better, and then they get called up and come onto the main roster, whether you're on Collision or Dynamite. That's what it was supposed to be. But again, Tony Khan his mindset is just put the wrestling on, let the wrestling do the story. No, it's way more than that. Storytelling is more than just the wrestlers wrestling each other in the matchup. It's how you get to said matchup. So what's gonna happen? Like I said, Sheeta must have messed around and turned heel. She got new music. She, like I said, she looked like she jumped straight out of a comic book. She went against Britt. Very good matchup. Sheeta made Britt look good. Like I said, a lot of people still be talking about Britt in the ring. Britt, let me tell y'all something. Britt is a decent. Britt is somebody who can, if Britt has to lead the way, a match may not be as good. But if you can lead the match, man, the match gonna be great. Because I think Britt is more of a follower than a leader. And this is no disrespect to Britt. Because like I said, I've seen matches where Britt done well, then I've seen matches where it just looked like it was garbage. Depending on who she's in the ring with, and I'm telling you, I think her and Mercedes are finna cook. I know they run around here calling each other the female dog all day, but I personally think Britt and Mercedes could have a good match. Now, after the matchup, she beat Sheeta. Camille finally made it, because everybody was talking about when Camille coming. Now, for people who are not familiar with Camille, the reason I know of Camille, I remember the one pay-per-view I bothered to pay for concerning NWA was that Empower, where it was the all-women's pay. It was like an all-women's pay-per-view. And for somebody who don't even watch their product, I thought that pay-per-view was fantastic. And she won. I forgot who she went against, but this was my first time seeing Camille wrestle. Girl can go. She's tall, but that girl can go. She's very good. She has aligned herself with Mercedes. So, this is what I'm saying to myself. Because I didn't think Tony Khan was going to book the singles match at All In. I'm thinking, okay, he going to book the tag team match because Britt don't have nobody. Right now, it's a handicap match. Right now, it's Mercedes, Camille, and Britt. And who does she have? Everything's going off in the dome. Like, you know who coming. Y'all know she's been out for. This girl been out almost a year and a half. She been gone for a minute. She been gone for a long time. She's been out for a long time. My girl, y'all know who I'm talking about. When she returns, and I personally think she gonna pull up at All In. When she pull up, ladies and gentlemen, I might mark out because she's been heavily missed. She has been heavily. Listen, because Britt ain't got nobody. She don't have nobody. She don't. But when my girl pull up, when she pull up, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know where this. You know, it's going down. It's going down. When my girl pull up, ladies and gentlemen, it's going down because you know she coming. Y'all know she is on the way. I don't know why the heck I'm having a brain fog. My girl is coming. She is coming, ladies and gentlemen. When she pull up, she gonna come out. Is Britt winning the All In? I don't think she is. But I think it's gonna be a beat down. I think after the matchup, Britt gonna get beat down by Camille and Mercedes. And then that's when she gonna come out of nowhere. When she makes her epic return, that place in London, them fans are gonna go nuts. They are gonna go berserk when she pull up. When my girl makes her epic return at All In, they are going. And then, you know what? I think what TK would do, book the tag team match at All Out. If you're not gonna book it at All In, the tag team match, Britt and her versus Mercedes and Camille at All Out. And guess what? Camille takes the first pinfall. Now you can have Camille win matches on Dynamite, let her get her feet wet, and then when the match happens at All Out, her and Britt get their victory back. She gets a win back. Now, all I pray, as long as Mercedes don't get pinned, that's all that matters to me. That's all that matters. As long as Mercedes does not get pinned, we are good. Because that's what Camille is there for. Camille is there to take the pinfall. And like I said, I would have my girl, Jamie Hayter. That's the name. Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter makes an epic return at All In, and we set the tag team match. Jamie and Britt versus Mercedes and Camille at All Out. it sets itself up. I'm telling it, I'm helping Tony Khan out. Boom. 1, 2, 3. It's a done deal. It's a done deal, ladies and gentlemen. I just talked about all that. Patriarch talking about having these trios championships and how Mick Wayne gonna win the Royal Rampage match, and he's gonna get an opportunity to go to Grand Slam. You know that wouldn't happen. Then Kip Sabian came out of nowhere and he told that man sorry about your dad or whatever. So they really playing about this because Kip Sabian, his father passed away or whatever. But I'm like, it is what it is. So then we got Pac versus Bear Boulder. It was like a 1, 2, 3 match. It was over. What Tony should be doing with Pac right now, because it's right now Pac has no direction going into All In. What you should be doing is Pac should be getting victories over everybody he faces, and what the match he had with on Collision, because him and what's the young man the match they had on Collision, bro, that match was fantastic, man. I would have had that match set up. Winner gets a guaranteed spot on the All-In card. The winner gets a guaranteed spot. Guaranteed. You are going to All-In. Now, to face who? We don't know. But that's what that matchup would have been. But like I said, Pac just having these matches, he would keep going on these rants like, I don't have nothing going on for me right now. I'm going home to wrestle, but I don't have no match. Listen, if you had to pull the book out of the WWE book, remember when Seth didn't have nobody going in WrestleMania 38 and everybody and their grandma knew it was going to be Cody Rhodes? They played it off. They played it off as if he didn't have nobody he was going to face, and then he's like, I'm just going to pull up at WrestleMania, and whoever the clown come out, play that game. Play it. Play it, man. Play that game, I'm telling you. Leo Rush. The match he had with Leo Rush, man, I'm telling y'all right now, bro, that match was fantastic. They was wrestling each other like they knew. I would have done that. I would have just have Pac just ramble on the mic. I know people gonna be like, y'all just listen. Pro wrestling is copy and paste. Look what H is doing with Seth, Drew, and CM Punk. It's copy and paste. Look, just twist it up a little bit. That's all. Just twist it up and use it as yourself. Everybody is using the same crap. Stuff that we watching happened back in the day. A whole lot of crap. Pro wrestling is really the place where cats quote unquote take, steal it, twist it, and make it their own. That's what I would have done. You got Pac running around here rambling off, talking about he going All In, he gonna do this, he gonna do that. Have him keep beating everybody. And like I say, the matchup him and Leo Rush had, that the stipulation, whoever wins, you get a guaranteed shot or guaranteed spot at All In. Your spot is covered. The question is, who the clown you going against? Play that up. I would have used the playbook, the Seth Rollins Cody Rhodes playbook. I would have played it up. I don't give a dang. You WWE Shields can be mad all you want. Just play it up, and Pac just pull up at All In. He pull up, and then you can introduce to the AEW audience the man they call, what they say, the man they I forgot to say. Prince Puma makes his epic return to the independent quote-unquote. It's not really independent. It's AEW's mainstream now. Makes his epic debut at All In to face Pac. That crowd would go nuts. It's history. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help Tony Khan out. It's not that difficult to book. It really ain't. He beat the clown like 1, 2, 3. So, Team AEW, they cut a promo on one another. Darby and Strickland started getting into it. And then you had Mark say, hey, fellas, why we bickering? We need to be on the same side. We can't be bickering with one another. We got to take out the elite. We can bicker and talk all this foolish all we want. Because you know Darby Allin and Strickland, and you know they beefing all day. And that was basically foregone conclusion, let you know who was going to win the Royal Rampage matchup. So we get Mariah May. She went against some young lady. It was a squash match. I mean, basically, this is to continue to promote Mariah. Then, after she win, Tony Storm music hit, but it was basically a fake. It's based out the Shawn Michaels playbook. Remember when Shawn Michaels had Bret Hart's music playing, It was just a fake. That's basically what she did here. She had Toni Storm's music playing, but it was all a fake. But some girl with a mask on popped in the ring, and guess who it was? Toni Storm returned and beat the snot out of Mariah. She got her get back. And you had the security folk trying to hold each girl off. Both of them is finna, listen, they get ready to go to work. I can't wait for this matchup. I cannot wait. Mariah May and Toni are finna tear the house down. I cannot wait, ladies and gentlemen. And does she win? I'm taking Mariah May to get that championship. She's going home to win. I am rolling with my girl Mariah. Toni has had one of the best runs in AEW. She has been booked great. Certain places she hasn't. But for the majority of her run, you had the character work. You got the wrestler work. You got the girl telling a great story. She put over Mariah May. She made Mariah May look great. She did the crying with the blood, and she did everything for this girl. I'm telling you, salute to Toni Storm for doing what she's getting ready to do with Mariah. Listen, I know they quote-unquote beefing outside, but you know behind the scenes, you know she is thankful for her. You know I know they hug each other every day. She tell her every day, I thank you for what you are doing. This is what pro wrestling has always been about. It's always been about elevating the next generation. Toni Storm got it. She say, Mariah May, let's help bring her in. A lot of people are not familiar with her. She's from the Stardom ring and the independent scene. Let's gradually bring her in and let her come under my wing. I'm going to play this game as if she's a nobody and all this stuff. But as time goes on, I'm going to start gravitating towards her, and we're going to develop a friendship, and everything is going to be all good. And then when the time comes, she snaps. Great. Absolutely great. Fantastic, man. Then we get Blood and Guts itself. Now, I'm sorry about that. Y'all keep going down to the information thing, right? That's why it's stuff you keep seeing keep popping up. What Tony Khan and them do with these Blood and Guts matches, I noticed they try to do something different because they do it once a year. It's the same thing with WWE and War Games. You want to try to do something different. You want to try to outdo the one you did the previous year. A lot of people were saying that the cats that were involved, listen, cats are beefing with one another. You pretty much know who's going to do what, going into All In. You know, Heyman can't stand Swerve. You know, Jack Perry and Darby Allin can't stand one another. Mark Briscoe just there to help Team AEW. You know, Platinum Max and Anthony Bowens cannot stand Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. They can't stand either one of them. And Okada just there to be there. So each member have their place, and basically it was just a beatdown from beatdown. Cats were just tearing each other up. Everybody was getting beat up. When Swerve eventually got out there, he got handcuffed to the doggone ring where he couldn't even get in there. And remember, the match does not start until every circus goof is in the match. So, Dancing Man, Prince Nana, he had the cutters because they was trying to use the keys to unlock the doggone handcuffs. It wasn't working. He came out there with some box cutters and tried to cut the thing so he can help him get in the ring and everything. Hangman and Swerve were basically just annihilating. I'm just tearing each other up, beating each other down. Darby over here ready to burn cats left and right. Young Bucks just sweet chin music and cats. Okada getting beat up. Mark Briscoe bleeding all over the place. They claim they doing work. They claim trying to showcase they not a joke. They are not a joke. They keep letting the world know we're not a joke. Well, guess what? After the matchup, they cut one of the best promos I've ever seen them cut. And apparently, FTR is back in the picture. They were talking bull jive. I'm going to talk about them when I get to Collision. But matches all over the place. So there was a scene where they pulled out the staple guns because you know Swerve like to get stapled. They was putting staples all on that man's body. Then he turned around and took the staples and was stapling cats and the nuts and all this crazy. Look, insane. Listen, these fools are insane. Every single circus goof that was in this match is insane to the membrane. The match is called Blood and Guts for a reason. These circus clowns would do anything to bust each other open, to do some of the most goofiest stuff. Cats running through doggone tables. I mean, just taking. Listen, clowns are silly. When they get into these goofy beat the brakes off your opponent matches, fools are finna do some of the most goofiest stuff you ever seen, ladies and gentlemen. But Darby Allin and them was getting ready to burn Jack Perry, and he told Matt and Nick, if y'all don't quit right now, I'm about to burn this fool alive. And so that's what basically made the match finish. And Nick and Matt were talking crap throughout the entire match. These fools were just talking. I'm like, y'all fools should be focused on beating the brakes off of these clowns instead of worried about, you keeping yourself looking fresh and all this crazy crap. But basically the matchup for the TNT Championship is set. Jack Perry versus Darby Allin. The good guys actually won. Great. So that's that. And let's see. Yeah, and that was basically the end. That was the end of Dynamite. So decent, like I said, 4 solid weeks. Like I said, keeping the story going. So the only reason I tuned into Rampage was for this matchup. Now I would have had this match be the close. I don't know what Tony Khan was thinking, because basically this was basically the only important match on the show. Everything else on this show, I don't even know what Tony Khan was doing. I told you, Darby Allin, I'm not even finna read all that. Darby Allin is going to Grand Slam, where he will face either Swerve or Bryan Danielson. Fools think, it's a foregone conclusion Bryan is not winning. Swerve is retaining. He could. Listen, Darby knows both of these cats. They both from Seattle. We can get either one. We genuinely can get either one, ladies and gentlemen. This match was a squash match. Basically had Chris look good. I haven't seen Lady Grace since Jay left, so I forgot about she was still there. Lance Archer, ladies and gentlemen, one of the struggles for Tony Khan has been his big man. His big man has been one of the hardest things for him to book. And that's the sad part. He gets everybody else, but the big man is who he struggles with. Lance Archer should be so much further along instead of just coming in, beating up a jobber and dipping out. Now, he has a matchup against Will Ospreay on Dynamite coming up. To make the most sense out of this, he should beat Will Ospreay with the help of MJF. Lance Archer should not just be coming in beating jobbers just to lose to the big name folk. Then we had a 3-man, 4-man tag team match. I don't know why. If Tony Khan wanted cats to care about this match, you could have, quote unquote, I guess, basically say this is a future tag team shot match. Whoever wins gets a future tag team shots for the AEW Tag Team Championship. I don't know I really genuinely didn't understand the point of this match. Again, Tony Khan, the king of the random matches. Why the clown is Roosh and Kyle Fletcher, Private Party, The Righteous, and the Outrunners wrestling each other in an 8-man tag team match? Or, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm trying to figure that out, but that's basically what TK did. That was the main event, and I don't know. I genuinely don't know what TK was thinking. And Saraya was talking some crap. She did an interview, whatever, So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, that was Rampage. Roosh and them, they won. I'm like, what they winning for? Like, is this the build up in the rankings? Stuff ain't making no sense. Ring of Honor. No, I did not watch this pay-per-view. I didn't. The only reason I'm talking about Ring of Honor, ladies and gentlemen, is because of 2 people. Red Velvet and Lee Moriarty. Ladies and gentlemen, Lee Moriarty defeated Wheeler Yuta to win the Pure Ring of Honor Championship. And then Red Velvet defeated Billy Scott to win the Women's World Television Championship. Now, a lot of people online are going nuts. They say, Tony Khan gets it. Representation matters. I hear this all the time. We got 6 black champions in the company. That's fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been wanting to see Lee and Red Velvet get theirs for a very long time. How come it's on a network that ain't nobody watching? Yes, both of them do be on TV. Lee be on Collision a whole lot. He do. Rev shows up every now and then. But like I said, they down stuck in Ring of Honor land. Fantastic. I'm so happy that they got it done. But the problem is they ain't nowhere on TV getting serious wins that make sense. You understand what I'm saying? I would prefer them, if you really want cats to watch Ring of Honor, find a way to get that on True TV. Then I'll probably start watching it. But yes, Lee got it done. Red got it done. They both won their first championships. Salute to both brothers and sisters. Salute to them. Fantastic. Great. But I tell you all the time, presentation is better than representation. Representation is always going to be on the forefront. We, especially cats like myself, how are you being presented? I say this all the time. I don't care if it's the E. I don't care if it's AEW. I don't care if it's TNA. I don't care if it's New Japan. How are you being presented to the masses? When you come on the main roster, do you show up and be a joke? Or are you just there to be jobbers? What are you there for? Are you there to show me what you're here for. Why should I get behind you? I don't want to just get behind you because, yeah, we got the same skin tone. That's fantastic. Tony Khan's job is to get me to care about them. And that's been one of he's struggled. Let's call it for what it is. He got Mercedes right. He got Swerve. It took a long time. Took a long time for Swerve. He got Swerve right. But unfortunately, Keith Lee looked like his contract is coming to a close. Now, does he run back to H? We missed a huge... Think about this. Keith Lee and Swerve should have been one of the biggest storylines Tony Khan's ever booked. That could have possibly been the main event going into All In if Keith Lee didn't have these mysterious health issues come out of nowhere. Ricky Starks was another dude that Tony Khan completely fell out of. Ricky Starks had the potential of being a great cat. Now, Will Hobbs is on the shelf right now. But I'm thankful that TK did this because Lee been wrestling for a minute. I've been like, when is he going to get his? When is Lee going to get his moment? When is my girl Red Velvet going to get her moment? They got it. And it's unfortunate I wasn't even tuned in. And guess what? Athena been... I forgot about Athena. Athena been killing it on that app that don't nobody watch. Athena didn't have that championship day in 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. That girl is putting in work. She is putting in work, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not even watching. That's on Tony Khan, bro. That's on him. She should have been on the main roster killing. Not being stuck on an app that don't nobody watch. It don't make a lick of sense at all. It don't make no sense. That's why I say I'm not finna sit up here. Listen, I'm giving them their flowers because it's well deserved. I've been asking, what is Tony Khan doing with Lee? What is Tony Khan doing with Red? And he did it. He pulled the trigger. I ain't watching, and he pulled the trigger. Great. Fan flipping-tastic. That's great. But my problem is, when you're on the main roster, when I see them, I don't feel nothing. And that's on Tony Khan. Yes, they are great in the ring. Red Velvet has been proved so much, it don't even make no sense. And Lee Moriarty, he came in the game as a great wrestler. The presentation factor is what Tony Khan still needs work with. He got the representation down pat. He got it. Willow, fantastic. Mercedes, great. Swerve, great. Athena, great. Presentation, again, I say this every day, is the freaking that's the piece. That is the piece that helps us get to where we need to get. Presentation is the freaking key. It's oversteps representation. Because you can get anybody that have our skin tone to represent any day of the week. Presentation is the key, ladies and gentlemen. It's the key. It's the key, ladies and gentlemen. That was basically the only thing I want to talk about on Ring of Honor. Now let's get ready to talk about flipping Smackdown. Now, did this tag team gauntlet, I guess this determined who's going to face DIY. Now, I get it. Hold up. Where you at? Because I get them mixed up. I get the boys mixed up. Tonga Leo got some kind of eye issue. So they won their matchup. So they are the number one contenders for the tag team championships. But Nick Aldis said because he's injured, they've had to forfeit. Well, Solo pulled up and said, no, we not forfeiting. We got Jacob Fatu to slide in on his behalf, and he joins Toa. He joins Tonga. You got Toa Leo and Tonga. He joins him, and they defeat DIY. Ladies and gentlemen, DIY win them tag team champions, and they look like they just there to be transitional champions. That's what it looked like. Ladies and gentlemen, man, I can't wait till Roman returns, because outside of the bloodline, man, it's hard to watch SmackDown. SmackDown has been a chore. SmackDown used to be the number one show to watch. Raw was a chore to watch, but I would actually literally say, if I had to pick, I'd rather watch Raw and Dynamite over all the other shows, because SmackDown just ain't it no more. SmackDown died. SmackDown freaking died, ladies and gentlemen. It died. So we got LA Knight took backstage, talk about he want Santos Escobar, and he need Logan Paul to get his tail out there. So they did the matchup. LA Knight win, but after that, that's when Logan came out, and the two of them basically beat the snot out of LA Knight. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all gonna be mad at Summer Joke. Y'all, if something gonna get the wrestling fans upset, it's gonna be this dude losing. He should have never pinned that man back at the Madison Square Garden show. You had Esteban right there, and you had Logan Paul get pinned in a non-title match. That's what got me to say, I'm done. You continue to push this man downwards. The fans are going, listen, they want him to, listen, you know he going to be highly favored to defeat Logan Paul. Highly favored. And when it don't happen, watch everybody have a meltdown online. And I'm going to tell y'all all, no, because Triple H told y'all he wasn't winning when he had him pin him back at the Madison Square Garden show. It's a joke, man. So Naomi backstage with Bianca and Jade, and they talk about they getting ready to get their hands on Alba Fire and all this stuff. I'm like, man, I should be so invested in all three of these sisters. I should be invested. But Triple H, time and time and time and time again, tells me that none of them matter. So why the clown should I get invested in them? I know I'm going to get heat, especially on the black side of the pro wrestling fandom, especially WWE land, because y'all say everything they do is great. Y'all just not looking at H and how he's been booking them. He's booked them as if they don't really matter. Yes, they're getting the tag team title shot. They are not winning. I don't know how to tell y'all. They are not winning. Alba Fire and Esteban just got them things. They're not finna put them back on Jade and Bianca. So I talked about that Logan Paul interview and all this crap. So then we get Jade and Bianca. They in the ring, and they, like I said, they talk about they want Esteban and Alba Fire. They want their rematch, and we're gonna face them next week. Then they got the Street Profits and B-Fab and Terrence Crawford. Yeah, the boxer Terrence Crawford. If you're not familiar with him, I saw the matchup he had with I forgot the young man he went against, but Terrence Crawford is he's a good boxer. But you had him up next to Triple H and all this, and it's the pandering, it's the let me show I'm not a white supremacist crap. I know the game, ladies and gentlemen. I know the game with H, ladies and gentlemen. I seen circus clowns online trying to defend H, say H ain't no white supremacist. I say, no, y'all just a bunch of buck dancers. Y'all need to sit y'all buck dancers tails down somewhere, go sit down. H is just a pandering man. He likes to pander. And he know he got y'all buck dancers wrapped around his finger. He know he do. Tiffany Stratton backstage. She got the briefcase. And we got, I think this is pretty much, hold up, where is it? Yeah, they match up. They said they going to beat Mia and Bayley later on in the main event. So I just talked about this matchup. Apollo Crews. This, like I said, this was the tag team match, and they won. The Bloodline won. They're going to be facing DIY. I don't know when. I think next week or something like this. So then we got A-Town down. They backstage with Terrence Crawford. I'm like, I don't care. Grayson Waller is officially going to turn on Theory. I don't know when, but you know it's going to happen. And then Cody Rhodes cuts a promo, talk about he reflect on the 2024, and he said the bloodline is destroying folk, and he can't wait to destroy Solo at SummerSlam. So then we get Andrade, and he said he is thinking about potentially going after the United States Championship. But he said first he got to go through Carmelo Hayes, and that's exactly what happened. He beat him last week. So we get to the matchup. Bayley and Meechin, a.k.a. Mia Yim versus Nia Jackson-Tiffany. If you want Nia Jackson-Tiffany to go over, you got Mia Yim sitting right there. What does Triple H decide to do, ladies and gentlemen? Like a straight-up nincompoop. H has Nia Jax lay out Bayley and pin her. I say, H, are you blowing your lid and telling us that Nia Jax is not winning the Summer Joke? Because why? Why the clown would you have Nia Jax pin Bayley? Why? That don't make no sense. I keep saying this. Protect your champions. H don't give no crap, ladies and gentlemen. And I think the reason he did that is because he mad at Mercedes. And you know who Bayley is tight with. To me, that's petty as heck. I'm not finna have my champion get pinned before the pay-per-view. I'm just not doing that. So you're telling me that Nia Jax may possibly not win. That's what I'm... Based on this matchup that just happened, you're telling me Nia Jax is not going to win. So now I'm changing my whole stance. I was sold on the twins coming. I don't know if they're coming right now. I'm changing my whole stance. I'm riding with Bayley retain now. And I think what they're going to try to do, Tiffany's going to quote-unquote try to cash in. It's not going to work. She won't successfully cash in. She'll be the first girl to unsuccessfully cash in and lose. She's going to be the first. Because that's the whole deal about the women's. The women's briefcase situation, if you look at the lineup or on how things go, if you got the women's cash in, that's a guarantee you're going to win the championship. Because every girl who's had the briefcase has gone on to win the championship. Tiffany Stratton is going to be the first field cash in, and it's going to be because of what happens, because right now her and Nia Jax are like this. So if the twins aren't coming in right now, do you know what? This is what I do. If Nia Jax is not going to win, Tiffany tries to cash in, she is unsuccessful. However, I would quote unquote have the twins in my back pocket. Come in. I don't know when the next pay-per-view is. But whenever the next pay-per-view is, I'll have the twins come in and help Nia Jax beat Bayley if she's not going to win the Summer Joke. But I don't know what the clown Triple H was thinking by having Nia Jax pin Bayley early. It didn't make no sense. Champions getting pinned in WWE seems to be, that's the go-to thing nowadays. They just have the champion lose left and right. I'm like, why? What the heck is wrong with H? Raw goes off retarded, and then H say, I'm about to have SmackDown go off even worse. I'm like, what am I watching, ladies and gentlemen? What the heck am I watching? So that's my thoughts on SmackDown. Now let's talk about Collision. The best thing on Collision, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you the bold-faced truth. The best thing on Collision, where is that? Right here. Ladies and gentlemen, Eminem, Mace and Mansoor, Montse and Mace and whatever. They made their AEW debut. They went against FTR. FTR been talking crap, talking that they claim don't belong in the tag team division and they should be the number one contenders for the tag team titles. And then they was talking crap about these two. Ladies and gentlemen, now these two were complete circus clowns while they were under the WWE thing. Now, Mansoor, he showed that he's kind of good in the ring. Mace, on the other hand, I really didn't see too much. This matchup between these two groups, tag teams, this was a very good matchup, and they had you thinking that these two were going to win. Now, they kind of were still doing their little WWE gimmick with the models and all that stuff. But the matchup, I'm serious. I thought this was a very good tag team match. Honestly, God, I'm serious. Best for me, this and then Leo Rush and Pac were the best two matches on the show. You had the Ring of Honor champion on the show. He showcased his baby and all this stuff. Now you see Kyle O'Reilly throwing up and down the Ring of Honor championship like it's a baby. Now H failed trying to push him as a baby face. Tony Khan is failing pushing him as a baby face, as a single. He thrives when he is in a group as a heel. I wonder if Tony Khan is going to quote unquote have him eventually turn on Mark and then dethrone him for that Ring of Honor championship, because he gave him the championship, so they passed him his baby boy and everything and all this stuff. And they talked about the Blood and Guts matchup and all that stuff, and they were getting ready for their trios match that I really didn't give a crap about, but that's what they were talking about. But this scene went over everybody's head because I saw this and he was throwing up the championship like it was a baby. I said, they setting the seeds, they planting seeds that potentially he might turn on him and go after him for that championship. Now, if that happens, I don't know when the pay-per-view going to be, but I might actually watch. But again, Tony Khan's going to have to figure out how to get Ring of Honor on TV. That has been I'm telling you, that's been the holdup. The holdup to the TV deal has been Ring of Honor. It's been Ring of Honor. Real talk. Yeah, this match, I told you about this. Lance Archer was basically beating the brakes off of Clowns in the back and said he going after Will Ospreay. And they showed that these two have history. They showed the video. Tony Khan is doing work. They showed that he had video footage of them wrestling each other in the New Japan show. So, if you want cats to get behind Lance Archer, Will Ospreay must lose on Dynamite because of MJF. It makes the most sense, ladies and gentlemen. Thunder Rosa went against Maya World. Now, Thunder Rosa is having a complete gimmick change right now. I guess Deonna Purrazzo then drove Thunder Rosa crazy to now she's on psycho mode right now. And anybody in her way is getting ready to get beat down. This hologram cat, he went against Beat Mortos. Cats are saying the hologram might be TJP. He could be. I'm like, does TJP have tattoos? Because I got to go and look. If TJP has tattoos, then that's not him. But Lee Moriarty and them was on the show. They had it was a tag team match. And it was Willa Yuta, Castagnoli, Brian Cage, Lee, and Top Flight. Willa Yuta, he got the win, but he pinned, I think he pinned Darius. I think it was Darius Martin that got pinned. So this was a way because Lee Moriarty couldn't get pinned because he just won the championship, and he kind of got some props. Like fans were actually cheering him on. Like I said, it is on their matchup. But like I said, and OC went against Johnny TV, aka Johnny Morrison. Now OC has been on the losing streak. He's been losing like a crazy person. So him getting this victory, I really didn't have a problem. Now, yes, it's a random match, of course. It's Tony Khan book. TK. TK is the master of random matches. He is the master. There is nobody that does random matches better than Tony Khan. But OC needed this dub. He needed it. So, and they're not doing nothing with Morrison. Let me tell you something. This may be the worst version of Morrison he's ever been. I think the best version of Morrison was when he was on Lucha Underground. That was better than when he was booked. Anytime, even with the Eminem stuff, him, Melina, and I forgot the other dude. My guy that got his face hit by the ladder. I forgot my man's name. When it was Eminem, it was Morrison, Melina, and I forgot the other young man name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That when that ladder popped him in the face, that pretty much ended it. He still wrestled, but that was it. It was lights out. Listen, I remember like it was yesterday. Jeff Hardy made a mistake. He fell on the ladder, and that ladder was like, boosh. He was gushing. I said that was an accident. That wasn't supposed to happen. And then the very next day, his face was so swollen up, it didn't make no sense. He ain't been the same since. But even as good as Eminem was, the best version of Morrison, aka Johnny TV, was Johnny Mundo on quote unquote Lucha Underground. So I didn't gave my thoughts. Like I said, decent collision again. You know, Tony Khan still need to make. Pac, the main event. Where is that? Pac and where is that? Yeah, oh yeah, Bang Bang Gang. They called out Christian and the Patriots. Said they're gonna get their trio championship back. It was good, decent promo. Then yeah, Chris Jericho cut his promo on Shibata and everything. Decent. Yeah, they show the promo between the Acclaim, fantastic promo, great. And then the main event, which I don't know why they don't have it listed, but the main event, Pac and Leo Rush, that matchup should have been whoever wins gets a guaranteed spot on All In's card. That now would have made sense for them why they went ham in the ring, because they went ham in the ring. It would have made sense. I would have said that. I would have had Pac running around here rambling, talking about he mad that he don't have no matchup for All In. It's in his backyard. He missed out last year because he was hurt. Now he gets an opportunity to go. He's healthy and he does not have a match set. Why is that, Tony Khan? Why is that? Then he can come around. Well, I guess I need to get your attention. Let me just now, if you want to book quote unquote random matches, give me random clowns that you want me to wrestle so I can show you I deserve to be on the freaking card. Then Leo Rush pulls up and he says, if you beat me, you get the spot. But if I beat you, I get the spot at All In. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is probably this might be the longest review I've ever had. I feel like I've been talking about 2 hours straight. But as you see, I had to cover all 6 shows in one span of time. And I did my best to thoroughly speak, give y'all best things I know, how to tell it, on how I feel, my takes on everything. I told you how we moving spiritually. I gave my thoughts on all that stuff. So if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment. Tell me what you thought about all these shows put together, and we will talk. Holla at your boy.